Okay, so this video is for my people that like glitch music, and for those that like exploring, and for those that like new textural backgrounds and things of that nature. I've introduced you guys to this before. I had the 1.4 version. I have the 2.0 version now, the update. Um, Honestly, I literally just got it, so I haven't spent a lot of time with it. So for anybody who says you should take your time and learn it more, most of it seems to be the same. There are a few things that you can do a little bit different here, with regards to the waves, but I think most of it, other than the UI look, is a little bit cleaner looking to me. I think most of it is the same. Hadn't changed much. So if you like glitch machines before, now once again, I'm not sitting here manually turning dials by no means. This is a granular synth and allows you to use 4 samples, right? So I'm plugging in my samples and I'm using a few features on here. Most of those features come from this little dice right here, and it's the random. So I don't random everything on here all the time like that. And the reason I don't is because it will randomize your sample that you have in your slot. So if you want to keep the same samples, don't hit everything, and be careful not to hit the all or any of these top line, because it'll randomize all these samples, and your parameters. So also be careful not to randomize the sound, because the sound does the same very similar thing. I think if you hit sound here, you'll see a new sample will come in. It's okay right now. I mean, I did it, but just to show you that if you hit sound here, it's going to give you all new sounds, and you'll see all those sounds have changed to different ones. Now, one thing that's cool is it uses the sounds within the plugin or within the folder that you pull those sounds from. So it's not pulling outside of that, just what's in that folder. Let me see if I hit, will it go back? No, it doesn't go back. Okay, so once you do it, you pretty much know it's going to change the signal path. So you got to kind of accept that. But I do all these inner columns here, I do change. And you can definitely do the envelopes as much as you want, and the path and the points and the parameters. Just be careful on those top ones if you don't want to change the sample. So here's what I like a lot. When you can actually do this too, if you want like your randomization to really be random. Set up a track, put it on here. I added my reverb in. I use the supermassive reverb. And then I set this to in, and then set up an audio track. And I'm recording it straight to audio. And the reason for this is because it'll get to be pretty repetitive if you don't. And when you hit the random button, let's say you're trying to record in and you're doing random, it doesn't know the MIDI note. It doesn't realize that this whole thing is changing random, right? So it's not capturing that. It's not capturing those changes that you're making live, if that's what you want to do. You don't have to do it that way. But for me, I'm trying to capture random glitch. And then I want to get something that I'm comfortable with, that I can feel like I can put into a song, if that makes sense. So glitch, texture. I like to rename my stuff just because I don't want to lose it, especially when it's audio. So I'm basically recording this, and I'm resampling it, sort of, so to speak, into this track here. So I set it up with Palindrome right there. Press record on this track, and then whatever is happening inside of Palindrome is happening, right? So then, while you're pressing record, you can random. If you want to affect all, technically you only need to press these 5 buttons here, but it's changing every parameter on each sample. So let's say you got something going, and you just kind of want to change on that sample. You can pick random stuff. while you're recording and create crazy textural tracks. So I use this a little different because it is primarily for glitch. I don't use it for anything else, to be honest with you, but it is one of my favorites when you have a bunch of one-off samples that you want to just create some type of textural background. So check this out. I'm going to mute this. This is what I created. I'll just give you a sample. Now I add another reverb on top of that. So I have the glitch portion that's a reverb, and then I have another textural reverb that I'm going to throw over that. So here's what that sounds like. And I always lower the volume really low because it's just supposed to be across the background. And if you guys haven't checked out tomwolf.uk, I think that's his website. Check him out. He has cool presets and things. That's what these Valhalla presets I'm using are. It's called In Earth. It just sounds really cool. I mean, it almost sounds like I'm outside somewhere, some space place. I don't know. It just sounds really cool. I like it. So, and then you can always turn this off if you want later on. It doesn't matter. Mute it, however you want to do. But now you can see, I'm going to actually make it orange so it matches that orange. Yeah. I like to keep the colors together so I know what goes with where. But now this isn't going to sound the same, right? If I record this again, because I'm making literally random glitch. So for people that like glitch, they get it. For those that don't, and if you're new to it and you're interested in like why I'm doing this, it's in a lot of my tracks. In fact, I have a track called Broken Places. I mentioned it before. Broken Places is full of glitch in there. Of course, I played melodies and chords over the top of it to give it some vibe. But then when you listen to it, if you pay attention to the song, you'll hear it in the backdrop, and it's just kind of a nice tool to have to color your music a little more so that it doesn't sound so plain, if that makes sense. Because it's easy to just throw some chords down, throw a bass over it, and some kicks and snares and call it a day, right? Maybe a lead track, but then this kind of gives it something else to listen for. All right. So ear candy. That's the proper way to say it. It gives you some ear candy to have. And I usually do a lot. I don't do like 4 bars or something. I try to get me like 16, sometimes 32 bars, just to make sure it is enough to where it's never the same for at least 16 bars. It's kind of nice because if you're playing, like say, some chords and you got 8 bars on the chords that you're going to hear most of the song, well, this is kind of that extra ear candy for you so that it doesn't get boring or stale. All right, so that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you guys Palindrome, the update 2.0. If I find something I think is cool that's uniquely different about it, I'll let you know. So far, I haven't seen much of anything. It just kind of looks like the UI got revamped. I'm sure they worked on some things in here. I'll have to read the manual. That probably won't happen. Let me be honest. I don't read manuals for this stuff. I just don't like doing it. But yeah, I'll keep my eyes and ears open and see if there's something that changes that makes me like, wow, even more so. But so far, it's been the same, and I actually like it. I don't care. I don't mind it being the same because I didn't dislike the other version either. But I like to keep up with the latest version of it if possible, because sometimes you won't get any updates for the previous stuff, and especially if it's something I'm actually using more often, and this is one of those that I like to use when I'm stuck in a rut, can't figure out what to do, or need some texture in the back. All right, I don't want to sound over repetitive more than I've already done so. That's it for this video. This is for those guys that like the glitch.